Hey guys, welcome back. This is episode 5 in the beginner building on Roblox. And last time I showed you all of these tools. The cut tool, copy, paste, undo, redo, group, ungroup, rotate, and tilt. So now I'll be showing you this whole segment. And again, you can move them around so they might not be in the same place as you, but really you'll just be looking for here we'll start actually. You want the drag tool. We talked about that last tutorial, and what that does, you just click and you can drag, and it'll select your item and you can move it around. The next tool, in my opinion, the drag tool, the move on axis tool, and the resize tool are the most important. And to move items, you can press move on axis. It's like a red cross or a black cross with red arrows on the ends. So if you press it, it's just like the drag tool. You get the blue box, but you also get arrows, orange arrows. So what you can do is you can move items like this. You can move them like this. You can move them like this, and you can move them like this. Okay, sorry that if you heard that screaming, that was my brother. I just told him to shut his mouth. No, I'm just, in a nice way, of course. But next, I'm going to show you the resize tool. And see, I can click right here and say I want to resize things. Well, what I do, there's a black box with blue dots on the outside, and it says resize. If I click on that, I can resize items like this. I can resize. And remember, copy and paste if you like. Copy, paste. Say I want to move this item. Okay, I go to the move on axis tool. I click and I drag down. See, it fits into that slot just perfectly. Alright, so now this lock tool, and what this does, it's a minor tool, but it's very important. Say I'm building all these things, okay, and I keep clicking like this. Say they're all put together, okay, and I'm trying to click here, but it gets annoying and I accidentally press the wrong thing. And to stop that, what you do, you find a lock. It looks like a lock. It says lock prevent selection. So what you do, you select it, and you go to the item that you want to lock. And so when you find it, it'll highlight over it the blue box. If you click it, it'll lock that item, and I'll show you what that does. So now, say I got my drag tool back out, and I can drag this item. I try to click, it doesn't work. You see, I have the drag tool selected, but I click and it doesn't work. That's because the lock tool, it prevents you from selecting it. And that can be useful when you're dealing with a bunch of stuff and you want to make it so you don't press a certain brick. Alright, and now the anchor tool. What this does, it's for in-game things. And so let's get this item and let's move it out. And now to test your level, you can press play, or it says run. It's a green play button. You press run. Let's see what happens. But the items fall. See, it's just a giant collapse, like an earthquake. But so let's reset. It's a pause or it just looks like a purple pink backwards play button. So we're gonna reset, and what you do, let's let it reset. There we go, and now you see everything fell apart. So what we'll do is we're gonna select everything in the game that we can select. We're gonna group it all together. That's just so the whole place doesn't collapse. And we're going to get our anchor tool. It's a line with lines below it in a diagonal direction. And you see we select one item and since they're grouped, it selects all the items. And you see it's an anchor. That's because it anchors items so they can't move. It prevents it from moving. So if we select the item, we don't want it to move, we click on it, and when there's no X around the anchor where your cursor is, that means it is not anchored and it will fall. But if you click it, an X will pop up around it. See, there's like a circle with a line through it, which means it is anchored. So now we can get back to our drag tool. If we press run, see, everything is in its place, not breaking. Like earlier, the thing collapsed and the tree fell, but now it is staying in place because we've anchored it. Okay, now the paint tool. There was one in the build mode with the like the classic parts, but if you want to fill something with color, you can click the paint bucket and it will paint the most recent color you've used. Or if you press the little drop down arrow next to it, it'll show up a list of colors. And say I want really blue. It selects that color and I can now click and it makes it really blue. Okay, now say the next color is the pick color tool. Pick, not pit. Alright, say I want purple. I really want purple for the roof instead. So what I can do is, once I have the color picker tool out, I can it'll highlight over the items I scroll over. So if I like the purple color, the purple brick, I can click on it and it switches to the paintbrush tool. And now I click on the brick I want to change purple. You see it's purple now. Okay, and now the change material. This is just like the paint bucket tool, to where you can change the look of items. You see that's the most recent color I've used. If you click the drop down arrow, you'll see all these different materials. So you can click on one, select it, and then it'll turn to wood. Here's slate. You see it'll turn to slate. I think that's what we had before. There's even like diamond plate. You click and it turns to a diamond plate. Okay, so now the smooth surface, and what this does is it's more for in-game things, but you'll only see these if your material is set to plastic. So I'm going to click right here, smooth surface. As you can see, it already is a smooth surface. If I click glue surface, it turns into glue, so things will stick to it. Like if a brick falls onto it, it'll stick. Weld, that'll weld things. So like you can, like if you were to shoot like rockets at this thing, then it would stay in one piece because they're welded together. Connectors on surface, what that does, it's just like Legos. You can stack pieces onto them, or indents on surface, and that's like the opposite side of a Lego. And universals, that's where you can use both of them. You can use both of them. Sorry, I couldn't find the word for that. And now I can add a hinge, and what that really does, it doesn't do much. That'd be for making a door. You can add hinges to the edges, and it'll do that. But also here, I'm going to move this back to a smooth surface. I'll show you real quick. Where is that part I made? Okay, I have this part right here. Alright, I grouped everything together. Have no fear though, press Control Z. Goes back to normal. Now I want to ungroup this. So now it's all like that. I can click on the brick. I can move it up. Control Z. Now I'm going to go to my motor, and what this does, it makes items spin. See, I click and it creates a motor just right in the middle. So now I can get my brick, and see, it'll just stick because it's you can see its surface is studs and inlets. So we have to change that to just a second, to smooth surfaces. Okay, now we have that. And also, remember it was grouped together, so it's still anchored. We want to unanchor it. And we're in play mode. That is my fault. Clumsy me. Alright, it's loading now. So it's back to normal, and I'm gonna just redo my steps. I'm gonna ungroup it. I'm gonna deselect. I'm gonna find my brick. Alright, and now see that is that. I'm gonna have to turn this to a smooth. I go to materials, smooth, and it's already a smooth surface. But I'm gonna have to add a motor like I did before, and we're going to have to turn this, make these all smooth surfaces so they don't stick. This is more technical items. Alright, and once we have that, we can move it onto the motor like that. You'll see it's on the motor. So once we put that down, we can press play, and it's not working. Okay, let me try this again. I ungrouped the oh, there's my problem. You see, it's an easy fix. Since I grouped everything together and I anchored it and I ungrouped it, it's still anchored. So I have to go and unanchor that. And now it should work. As you can see, the motor is making it spin, which is really cool. So that is all I'll be showing you. So thanks for watching, and there's really many cool things you can do with these tools, like the motor tool, for example. You can make like a spinning globe if you want. So please continue watching, and friend request me at the Faded Hero. This is my 5th tutorial. Like you said, just subscribe, like me, or not like my videos, and if you like me, or God, why do I keep saying that? If you can PM me and just comment on it if you want. Alright, so thanks for watching, and I'm going to end now. See you soon.